Hello, my name is Xonevant. Today is Thursday, February the 13th, and this is your Daily Dose. Alright, so today we have a fan question in from Bruce Wayne. And he asked, if you could change anything you don't like about a game, what would it be? So thanks for the question. You guys know a link to his channel will be in the description below. So let's get into this thing. So let's go with the broad answer here. There's actually three things that I'd want to change with, games in general. The first thing, obviously bugs and glitches. You guys know that. I would obviously try to fix as many of those. No game breaking issues. That's one. The second thing is that the way that we pay for games, I'm tired of games. I'm tired of this like $60 price point where, the developers make the campaign and then they tackle multiplayer, but the multiplayer is bad because it's a game that really shouldn't have multiplayer. Yet I'm paying $60, which means I should be able to enjoy both sides of the coin, but I can't because the multiplayer is bad, or vice versa. A lot of people are having that issue with Titanfall because it's multiplayer only, but it's going to be $60, that sort of thing. And then obviously with Titanfall, because it's online only, eventually when it loses its support for online, the game is actually going to be worthless because it's online only. There's not even a campaign that you can fall back on. So that's the second thing that I would change about games, is just the way that we price them out, the way that we interact with them at the cash register, if you know what I mean. I would definitely change that. And the third thing I would change is the difficulty. There are games like Demon Souls out there, Dark Souls, the games that most people would say are extremely difficult. There's also other games like, I think it was called Super Meat Boy, I think. People said that game was hard. I haven't played that game yet. But things of that nature, I want a hard game. I'm tired of all these pushover games that are just extremely easy. And even on the hardest, like veteran difficulty or apocalyptic difficulty or whatever you want to call it, they're still extremely easy. Between all the checkpoints in the games and stuff like that, it just makes for an extremely easy venture, if you will. And when I pay $60 for a game, I want it to be difficult. Now, I'm not saying there can't be like an easy, normal, hard type mode and that sort of stuff, just in case, you're just the kind of player who wants to get in there and experience the story, because I do that sometimes too. There's some games I don't want to play on the hardest difficulty. I just want to kind of enjoy the game. Maybe I'm under a time crunch or something like that. But then there are those games like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, where I know I want to put some time into it and I want to say that I quote unquote conquered that particular game. So in that regard, I want it to be as hard as possible. And you guys know that Thief is about to drop on the 25th, and you can actually customize the difficulty in that game. And I did a dose on that particular topic like a week or so ago, and I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that more games do that in the future. I would just like to see that revolution kind of happen for those of us out there who want to experience game on the hardest difficulty can. And like with a game like Thief, you can just sit there and customize it, depending on your play style and your skill level, and you can make it as hard as you want it to be. So I'm not sure if I truly answered your question, but like I said, if I had to pin it on one game and one game only, I would have to go with Final Fantasy VII, because that is one of my favorite games of all time. And I would just want, tweaks. I wouldn't want them to really mess with anything. I don't want them to add anything to the game. I don't want them to go off and add all kind of dungeons and DLC content for it or anything like that. I would just love to see them make some graphical upgrades, maybe do some voice acting work, better character models, all that good stuff, and maybe add some trophy support, and then we're talking. That's what I would like to see done if I had to pin it down to one game only. So thanks again to Bruce Wayne for asking this particular question. I appreciate it. I do have some other fan questions from you guys listed on my document here, but they are ones that I really want to do some top fives for. You know who you are if you've asked those type of questions. Some of you guys have actually said, hey, we do want to see a top five with this particular question. I haven't forgot about you. I haven't skipped over you or anything like that. It's just the top five videos take a little bit more time to make, and when I'm in between like covering games, it's very hard to be able to get to do a top five. They take about, 6 to 8 hours for me to produce. So just hang tight. I can assure you that your answers are on the way. Alright guys, so hopefully you've enjoyed today's dose. Make sure to check out yesterday's dose if you missed it. And today's YouTube spotlight shines on somebody I think we all know, Lindsey Sterling. But more importantly, it's the gentleman that she's actually doing this song with. I think his name is Kuwau Case. I'm not really sure how to say it, but he's actually blind. He's been blind since birth, and he actually plays the piano. Pretty inspirational type stuff if you missed that video over the holidays. Sub of the day's on the screen. Links are on the screen as well as in the description below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, if you even miss one dose, Alfred, look, me and Bruce go way back. I'm telling you, he's not gonna mind if I borrow the Batwing for just one night. Now I promise, there will be no scratches on it when I bring it back. I swear. Now, I'm gonna scratch a couple of people up with it. I mean, that's gonna happen. I might even kill a couple of folk while I'm out there, but I can assure you, I'm bringing this puppy back scratch free.